Today, we're going to be doing something a little bit different, something that many people have disregarded ever since the Cars 3 release of the Diecast line from Mattel. I'm talking about the Cars 3 Lightning McQueen casting. More specifically, the casting that has lasted from 2017 to currently 2022. So what is the Cars 3 Lightning McQueen mold, you may be asking? Well, here's a little history rundown for you. In 2017, when Mattel released their Cars 3 line of diecast, mysteriously the Lightning McQueen looked a lot thinner and slimmer. Speculation at the time made us think that, well, McQueen got a complete rebuild after his crash, which made him look thinner. Movie came out, and no, he does not get rebuilt into a slimmer, thinner looking car. He is still the same shape as his Cars 1 counterpart. He only just gets a different paint job, which is the one you're seeing right here on screen. So it really begs the question, why did they change the casting from this slimmer one, or should I say the original one, to this much slimmer one that has been with us for so many years? Well, I actually have quite a few theories I'd like to make on my own. There's no justified answer or proof of this evidence. This is all just speculation I'm going to be doing in this video, and just on what the people have thought of up until now. It's been out for about 5 years, and people still can't figure out what's the deal with this guy. Neither can I. One analyzation and thing I can point out is the fact that it was maybe made thinner to fit with Hot Wheels compatibility. I mean, this theory kind of goes hand on hand, but not really, considering that when you put them both face down, they're still not at perfect width length. But surprisingly, a Cars 3 Lightning McQueen will fit a Hot Wheels track, whereas before, Lightning McQueen would not fit Hot Wheels track. And as you know, Mattel does make these 155 scale Disney Cars toys and Hot Wheels as well. So you'd think maybe they wanted to do some cross compatibility, but it doesn't make sense why they would just do McQueen and not the others like Mater or Sally, or heck, even some of the Piston Cup racers and next gens from Cars 3. So that's one theory. It's not 100% confirmed this is one of their motivations, but it possibly could have been. But then again, they're not the same width, but somehow this guy just works on Hot Wheels track, but none of the others do. Another little theory I have is quite self-explanatory. Cutting cost. How we went from a full blister protecting the vehicle to now a more expensive regular Lightning McQueen with less protection of plastic really just kind of goes hand in hand. We went from a complete full Lightning McQueen to a much thinner one, so you'd think they were just trying to save on metal material. But then again, Thailand has continued releasing the Cars 1 Lightning McQueen and even made Mater's full back part die-cast metal, whereas before China made it plastic. It really comes to show who here is actually trying to save the money and who here is actually trying to give us all the details we deserve. Now you may be wondering to yourself, how can you tell what a Cars 1 Lightning McQueen is in comparison to a Cars 3 Lightning McQueen? Let me show you. So from 2006 all the way to 2016, we had these castings of Lightning McQueen. That was Cars 1 McQueen and Cars 2 McQueen's paint job. What you're trying to look for is this curve near the bumper, and if it's squared or not. So if there's a curve, it is most likely a Cars 1 McQueen, but if it was squared and edged off like this, it is most likely a Cars 3 Lightning McQueen. And you can clearly see the differences right there in the casting shape and sharpness towards the back. Obviously, the wheels are also thinner, if you haven't noticed. Lightning McQueen for Cars 3 for some reason was given these thinner plastic tires, whereas before he had much thicker tires, which is actually how he has it in the movie. Finally, if you look at the front, he just looks overall thinner from his mouth plate as well, or his mouth bumper. Lastly, from the front, the way you can tell is because of the overall shape. McQueen just looks slimmer from the top angle in comparison to the Cars 1 Lightning McQueen. And when you put them side by side, from the bottom to the bottom, this one just falls a little bit shorter from the actual width of this guy. In the front bumper especially, you can notice the difference. Look how much curvier he looks up the front. His face looks a lot thinner, and over here he looks a lot more wider. His body is a lot wider. This whole bumper right here covers up the wheels quite nicely, whereas this one right here exposes a lot more of the wheels. So as you can tell, this has gone through basically almost every paint job from Cars 3 for Lightning McQueen. We got the Rusty's version, both in metallic and in classic. Primer Lightning McQueen, Cars 3 Lightning McQueen, which also carried on to Thailand. So Thailand decided to use the same casting as well. Rusty's Racing Center Lightning McQueen, Fabulous Lightning McQueen. And this casting also ended off going into the Extended Universe XRS line, and even metallic limited edition versions, which is being the Golden Lightning McQueen, the Racing Red Lightning McQueen, the NASCAR Lightning McQueen from 2022 and 2021, and the Drag Racer Lightning McQueen. And just to show you guys, if you don't believe me, here's the bottom. You got that same shape towards the back for this XRS McQueen as the Cars 3 Lightning McQueen. Same can be said for the NASCAR one. It is exactly the same. And the same can be said for the Golden Lightning McQueen and the Racing Red Lightning McQueen. All the others have that same shape as the Cars 3 Lightning McQueen. They're a lot thinner in comparison to where you put, let's say, Cars 1 McQueen. Now he's kind of like the black sheep of the mix because he just looks so much wider in comparison to these slimmer Lightning McQueens from Cars 3. Which is interesting though, because it also bled on to the Color Changers line from 2021 and 2020 and also 2022. At least that's what we think for this year. These were all released over the past 2 years, and they all had that Cars 3 casting thin design and shape of the back portion that looks to be squared off. Obviously the base is different, but you see that it's still squared off, and it is the same width as a Cars 3 Lightning McQueen. Every single one of them, even the ones that are inspired off of Cars 1 Lightning McQueen exclusive paint jobs, like Cruising Lightning McQueen is a Cars 1 exclusive vehicle only from that movie. He never uses this paint job again, he never shows up in this look again, but yet they use the Cars 3 casting for this guy. Very strange indeed. I mean, heck, you even have the Dinoco Lightning McQueen, which is not even a thing anymore. This is definitely from a dream sequence from the first movie and only exclusive to that, but yet here we go again with that Cars 3 casting. And just for the non-believers, here you got a look with the Cars 1 Lightning McQueen once again. Just look at how much thinner that is. And you may be saying, well, it's a plastic color changer, obviously it might be a different shape. Yes, I can see where you're coming from with that, but then again, these are also 155 scale, so they do look smaller in comparison to a Cars 1 Lightning McQueen, but they match up in scale with the Cars 3 Lightning McQueen casting. As if that wasn't enough information to digest, let me tell you that Cars 3 also saw the era of Backdoor factory Chinese customizers making their own thing. So you have some examples here of what that looks like, and we have a Jackson Storm Lightning McQueen, a Cruz Ramirez Dinoco Lightning McQueen, and a Silver and a Golden Lightning McQueen with those Cars 3 molds and paint jobs. So even China took into account what was going on and now ditched the Cars 1 casting and started using the Cars 3 one for some of these vehicles. I don't know if they still use this casting at all, but it was pretty evident that they wanted to go with the Cars 3 route and use that square bottom, thinner front bumper, slimmer casting mold for their Backdoor customs. Now take note, these don't exist from Mattel. These aren't variations officially from Mattel. These are all Backdoor customs, and I have reviewed these all previously. If you want to see my reviews of these, I will post them in the link of the description of this video. Now, even with all the change going on back in 2018, where China was migrating into Thailand for their diecast vehicles, they still kept the consistency going. So Cars 1 McQueen was exclusive to that casting, and Cars 3 Lightning McQueen was exclusive to that casting. Heck, even brand new vehicles that were uncancelled, like this Bunny Lightning McQueen, followed the rule of using that casting from Cars 1/Cars 2. But there were some hiccups along the way, specifically during the time of Cars 3, where they forgot to change it to the Cars 3 casting and remained with the Cars 1 casting. A perfect example would be Chester Whipple filter, 24-hour Endurance Racer Lightning McQueen, XRS Mud Racer Lightning McQueen, and both Pixar Fest Lightning McQueens, both the 2020 and 2021 edition. Now, it really begs the question, why do they still have this casting around if they're trying to migrate to that slimmer, more thinner Cars 3 casting? I don't know. I wish there was an explanation. I would have thought that at least these three would have had that Cars 3 casting. But the only thing I can think of is that they're trying to get rid of their old casting so that they can pump out just a new casting further down the road. But at the same time, it really gets you scratching your head on why they would bring back all of a sudden in 2020 the Cars 2 Lightning McQueen casting for this XRS 24-hour racer. It is the same casting as the Cars 2 Lightning McQueen. It is the same spoiler the same rims, the same shape, the same base. They just repainted it, and this was made by Vietnam, actually, now that I'm remembering. So even Vietnam followed within these footsteps. So it really is quite a huge mystery, and I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments on why you think this change happened in the first place. As if that wasn't enough, we also had this guy right here using the Cars 1 casting. And naturally, I think this is the closest, with the exception of this guy also, that we'll ever get to a Cars 3 Lightning McQueen with the Cars 1 casting done right. Because this is supposedly post Cars 3, and this guy just looks simply amazing in the proper shape. Or in comparison to that thinner, newer, slimmer shape, it just looks a little off sometimes. Yes, sometimes it does look elegant. We have gotten used to it. But sometimes I would really just love to see a normal Cars 3 Lightning McQueen with this bigger casting. It has the same shape and everything for the base. It is still curved. It is quite literally just Cars 1 Lightning McQueen post Cars 3. And it just looks absolutely badass. I mean, it just looks freaking lovely. I love it. It really just makes me want this shape more onto this paint job even more. But I'm pretty sure out there are customizers who have done this already, if I'm not mistaken. I think there are probably some that exist. I could be mistaken, but if there is some out there, I definitely will try to get some of those Cars 3 Lightning McQueens with Cars 1 molds, because I'm pretty sure someone has done it at this point. But it really was quite strange when Cars 3 was out and they brought this Cars 1 casting out of nowhere only for Chester Whipple filter, and that was it. Very strange. I don't think I'll ever understand. I really wish I could get an answer from Mattel or an inquiry on why they did this or what the reason for this change was in the first place. But for now, I guess we'll never know. And that is the past 5 years explained in a nutshell. Let me know what you think, and let me know how many of these Lightning McQueens you have in your collection. And let me know again what your theories are on why this change happened. Obviously, this isn't every Lightning McQueen ever to come out. I just brought out a few to give you a general idea of what we were talking about in this topic video. Happy anniversary to Cars 3 as well. I can't believe it's been 5 years ever since the movie came out, and ever since this whole diecast change happened in the first place. Thank you guys so much for watching. Piston Cup Productions signing out, and I will see you guys next time.